week 20 of the fantasy baseball season, and here's a few pitchers I hope to drop this week. The first guy, Tony Gonsolin, of Los Angeles Dodgers. So it looks like Goslin's going to be out for the season with a forearm injury here for this Dodger team of fantasy owners. And this season, definitely a disappointment for Tony Gonsolin. After last season, we saw him have a career year. Last year was 16-1 with a 2.14 ERA, but this season, 103 innings, 8-5 record, 82 Ks, a 4.98 ERA, 1.22 WHIP, and 4 quality starts on the season. So right now, with the forearm injury and him out for the season, there's no reason for fantasy owners to hold on to him. And even in keeper leagues, last season definitely was fluky looking back at it here for Tony Gonsolin. So right now, I want to keep him on my roster. He had a down season, and let's just hope next season he can turn it around, because the last month of the season, even for Gonsolin, before he got injured, 25 in the third, 3-2 record, 19 Ks, an 8.17 ERA, 1.66 WHIP, and 1 quality start. It was a disaster of a season here for Gonsolin. I definitely think he could bounce back next season, but keeper in dynasty leagues, like I mentioned, he's not really a player I would keep. So the last few outings before he went down, August 7th at the Padres, 6 innings, got the win, 9 hits, 6 runs, a walk in that one, 3 Ks. August 12th versus the Rockies, 6 innings, got the win, 3 hits, a run, 6 Ks, a quality start. And August 18th versus the Marlins, he got lit up, 3 1/3, got the loss, 8 hits, 10 runs, 4 walks, 2 Ks. So right now, with his season over, and just a bad season, unfortunately, where he was a bust in fantasy baseball, he's an easy pitcher to drop this week. The next guy is Emerson Hancock of the Seattle Mariners. So Hancock, their top pitching prospect in the system, but unfortunately, he's down now with a shoulder injury and a lat injury. So right now, he's possibly going to be out for the season. I don't think this Mariners team, even though they're still in the hunt a little bit, he's going to push it here with Hancock. So right now in the season, he finishes most likely 12 innings, 0-0 record, 6 Ks, a 4.50 ERA, and a 1.33 WHIP. So Hancock, I believe next season, he'll be on this roster over here for the Seattle Mariners38 in the major leagues. But right now, with this shoulder injury and lat injury, depending more tests and stuff, I don't think he's going to return with only 38 ball games left in the season. I know the Mariners, they've been hot of late here, but still, with a young pitcher like Hancock and with Brian Wood coming back to the rotation anyway here today, I think they're not going to push him, and he's possibly going to be out for the season. So right now, he looked pretty decent in the first couple outings here, but I wouldn't hold on to him, and I would drop him this week. Next pitcher is Nick Pivetta of the Boston Red Sox. So Pivetta, he's been in and out of the rotation over the last couple seasons here for this Red Sox team, and on the year, 106 2/3, 8-6 record, 135 Ks, a 4.30 ERA, 1.18 WHIP, and 2 quality starts. And Nick Pivetta, we know he's a journeyman throughout his career, where he just could either start or be a guy that comes out of the bullpen for mop-up and bulk inning relief. So right now, Nick Pivetta, he's been a starter of late for this Red Sox team this season, and he really hasn't gone deep into the games. He's been a 4 or 5 inning pitcher at best. August 9th versus the Royals, 5 innings, got the win, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 8 Ks. August 15th at the Nats, 4 1/3, no decision, 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, 7 Ks. And August 20th at the Yankees, 5 innings in that one, 3 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 8 Ks. So Nick Pivetta, he definitely has a good strikeout rate here, but that's about it what he's bringing fantasy owners. The ERA hasn't been all that great in the mid-4s this season. He's not going deep into ball games as well. Here's Pivetta. And if he's not going to qualify for wins or get quality starts, and pretty much strikeouts is the only upside he's bringing fantasy owners, I don't believe he's really a pitcher I would hold on to. And this Boston Red Sox team, they've been an up-and-down team this season, even though we know they're competing for one of these wild card spots. But right now, this week, I would drop Pivetta. The next pitcher is Ranger Suarez of the Philadelphia Phillies. A lot of injuries over the last couple weeks here, and Suarez, another pitcher going on the injury list here with a hamstring injury, and this possibly could put him out for the season here, because obviously a pitcher they need to push off with their legs and get their power from their legs throwing the baseball. And Suarez this season, it's been a solid year, I believe. I know the win-loss record isn't good, but the ERA has been solid, the WHIP has been good, and the quality start's been good. 97 1/3, 2-6 record, 89 Ks, a 3.88 ERA, a 1.43 WHIP, and 9 quality starts on the season here for Ranger Suarez. But like I said, he's injured now. On the injured list here is Ranger Suarez. There's going to be no timetable for his return. And also, with a hamstring injury, they could take a while and linger for the remainder of the season. So right now with this Philly team, right there making a playoff spot with the wild card race. I think it gives Suarez a little bit time to heal here and get right. August 1st at Miami, 6 1/3. No decision, 10 hits, a run, 2 walks, 3 Ks, a quality start. August 8th versus the Nats, 5 2/3, no decision, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks. And August 13th versus Minnesota, 6 1/3, got the loss. 6 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 8 Ks, a quality starts. As Suarez, like I said, he's a solid pitcher when he pitches. But this season, injuries have definitely done him in. And with this latest injury here, he's not really a guy I'm going to stash on my injury list because he's still available widely in about 70% of fantasy leagues. And the final pitcher I look to drop this week here is Shane McClanahan of the Tampa Bay Rays. I mentioned McClanahan as a drop last week, but fantasy owners have definitely held on to him. And I know in the keeper and dynasty leagues, they're going to want to keep him, but he's going to be out all of next season as well, most likely, with the Tommy John surgery as McClanahan. So it's surprising to me that he's available. He's still owned in 56% of fantasy leagues. So another great season it was for him, no doubt about it. But now the book's shut, and he's out for the season and all of next season, most likely. So he finishes the year 115 innings, 11-2 record, 121 Ks, a 3.29 ERA, a 1.18 whip, and 12 quality starts. So hopefully he could get back on track and he could come back better than ever here. And it usually takes some time, obviously, to get your arm back to it. It takes a year or two before you're back to where you were a few seasons ago. So it's going to be a long recovery for him. We're not going to see him next season, most likely coming off the Tommy John. So 2025, it looks like we're looking at here for Shane McClanahan. And it's very unfortunate here. But right now, it's just surprising to me he's still on the 56% of fantasy leagues. It's like I said, I'm not going to wait a year just in keeper and dynasty leagues to keep him on my roster. So right now, he's getting Tommy John, and he's out for next season as well, most likely. He's a pitcher I would drop this week. So that's a few pitchers I look to drop here in already week 20 of the fantasy baseball season.